So good evening, everyone. Online is my voice is audible to you all. Can you confirm in chat box once as well as screen? Clear for all of you? So now, thank you for the confirmation. So now, before going to start, let me ask you some question like, so what is the purpose of DevOps? Anybody has any idea? So whether it is right or wrong, you can answer, guys. What is the purpose of DevOps? Anybody has any idea? So actually, this session is going to be the interactive session. So whether it is right or wrong, you can answer. You can confirm me in chat box or you can speak out. Anything is fine. What is the purpose of DevOps or why DevOps? Why DevOps? So I'm getting few responses here. So development as well as operations. Great. So any alternative answers? Software building. Okay. So that's great. That's great. Also, I'm getting one more. So approach between development team and operational team for software development. That's great, Rupesh. Great. So now let me tell you with simple example why DevOps. So let's say if you want to book a mobile, you want to book a mobile. So majorly we are having two e-commerce applications, right? What are they? Anybody has any idea? You want to book a mobile. So we are having two e-commerce websites, so Amazon and Flipkart. Great. Amazon as well as Flipkart. Let's say my mobile cost is going to be the 10,000. What was the mobile cost here? 10,000. So the same mobile, same cost, Amazon can deliver within 3 days. How many days it will take? Within 3 days. So whereas in Flipkart, it can deliver within 10 days. Within 10 days. So which one we will choose, sir? Which one we will choose? Amazon can deliver within 3 days, whereas in Flipkart, it can deliver within 10 days. Which one we will choose?
Amazon.
Amazon. So why Amazon?
Fast delivery.
Fastest delivery, right? Great. In the same manner, if you want to create any application, if you want to create any application or if you want to create any software, DevOps is the fastest way. DevOps is the fastest way. So clear for all of you, why DevOps? So if you want to create any application or if you want to create any software, DevOps is the fastest way. Now, if you want to create any application or if you want to create any software, we need to follow the life cycle called SDLC. What we need to follow here? We need to follow the SDLC, nothing but software development life cycle. So we are humans, right? We are having the human life cycle. In the same manner, human life cycle. In the same manner, for the software also, there is a life cycle called SDLC, nothing but software development life cycle. So now, in a human life cycle, majorly we are having two members, right? Nothing but men and women. In the same manner, the software development life cycle also, we are having here two teams. How many teams we are having here? We are having the two teams. One was the development team. So the second one was the operational team. So totally how many teams we are having here? we are having the two teams. One was the development team. So the second one was the operational team. So the things that are done by the development team. So first what they will do, sir? They do plan, code, build as well as test, and also deploy, operate and then monitor. So totally how many phases we are having in SDLC? In SDLC totally how many phases we are having? 7 we are having. How many phases? 7. What are they? Plan, code, build as well as test, and also deploy, operate and then monitor. So now 7, right? So how to remember this number? How to remember this number? Let's say, do we have any cricket lovers here? Now, let me ask you one question. What is the jersey number of Dhoni?
10.
7, right? So, what is the jersey number of Ronaldo? Anybody has any idea Ronaldo here? Cristiano Ronaldo. So his number also the 7. Great. Now, how many days in a week? 7 days. So simply we can remember this number. So in SDLC, how many stages we are having? We are having the 7 stages. So what are they? Plan, code, build as well as test, and also deploy, operate and then monitor. Now let us discuss one by one. What is meant by plan, code, build as well as test, and also deploy, operate and then monitor. Let us discuss one by one. So the first one is about the plan. What we are having here? We are having the plan. Now what is meant by plan? What is meant by plan? So see here, let me tell you with simple example. Let's say if you are trying to construct an building, if you are trying to construct an building, ultimately we should have a plan first, right? So how many stairs we are going to be construct, how many stairs we are going to be construct, what type of materials we are going to be use, how many workers we are going to be implement. Okay, now what is the timeline for your building, what is the budget for your building? So these all are the plan, right? So if you are trying to construct an building, ultimately we should have a plan first. I'm repeating again. So how many stairs we are going to build, what type of materials we are going to use, how many workers we are going to be implement here, what is the timeline for your building, what is the budget for your building. So these all are the plan, right? In the same manner, if you want to create an application, we should have a plan first. So the first one is about name of the application. What we are having here, first one is about the name of the application. Let's say I'm going to create the Paytm application. What we are going to create here? We are going to create the Paytm application. So the next one is about, how many services we are going to be implement. So here services are nothing but recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, bus tickets. These all are the services. Okay. So the first one is about name of the application. So the second one is about number of services. So here services are nothing but recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train ticket, as well as bus ticket. So the next one is about how many developers you are going to be implement. Nothing but development. Development. Let's say I'm going to implement 5 developers here. I'm going to implement 5 developers. Next. So the fourth one is about. So the fourth one is about how many. Sorry. So the fourth one is about what type of technology you are going to use. So you are going to be
Sorry, excuse me. We are hearing, we are getting some noise, voice disturbance.
from my end, or let me mute all once. Yeah. So it's clear now. So
Yes.
just yeah. Now, so the fourth one is about On which technology you want to create your Paytm application? Let's say I want to create my Paytm application on Java. On which language here? Java. Next. What is the timeline for your application? What is the timeline for your application? So you are going to create your Paytm application within 1 year or 2 year or 3 years. What is the timeline for your application? Next. What type of cloud you are going to use? So in market, majorly we are having three types of cloud. So nothing but AWS and Azure as well as GCP. On which cloud you want to create your Paytm application? So this is completely about the plan. So clear for all of you about the plan? So just try to confirm in chat box so that I can. So what about the others? Yes, so that's great. That's great. So then next, after plan, what we are having, sir, here? We are having the code. What we are having here? We are having the code. Now, what is meant by code? What is meant by code? So see here, code is nothing but, code is nothing but whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase. Whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase, those developers are going to write the code according to my requirements. Whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase, so these developers are going to write the code according to my requirements. Nothing but code, guys. So I want to add one point here. So see, as a DevOps engineer, as a DevOps engineer, we are not going to write any code here. We are not going to write any code. So it's going to be the 100% free of 100% free of code. So nothing but code, guys. So I'm repeating again. Code is nothing but whatever the development team I have involved in the planning phase. So those developers are going to write the code according to our requirements. As a DevOps engineer, we are not going to write any code here. It's going to be the 100% free of code. So clear for all of you about the code? So just try to confirm in chat box once. So that's great. Next. So after code, what we are having? We are having the build. What we are having, sir, here? We are having the build. So see here, after code, we are having the build. Now, what is meant by build? So not even in Jenkins. Yeah, we are going to integrate on the Jenkins itself. So at the end, you will get the full idea about this.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to ask for DevOps, is it mandatory to know Groovy script for Jenkins?
Groovy. Yeah, we are going to write in the Groovy script only, pipelines.
Okay,
So from the scratch only, I'm going to tell that one. No worries.
okay, okay.
Now, what is meant by build? So see here, build is nothing but, so let's say development team has written the code. Development team has written the code. So which code they have written, sir? They have written the Java code. So when we see the Java code, we can able to read it, right? We can able to read it. So ultimately it is going to be the human readable language. Human readable language. But the mission, but the server will only understand the binary level language, nothing but lower level language. So here converting the human readable language into the mission understandable language, nothing but the binary level language are called the build. What is meant by build here? Converting the human readable language into the mission understandable language, nothing but the binary level language are called build. So clear for all of you about the build? So that's great. After build, what we are having? We are having the test. What we are having here? We are having the test. Now, what is mean by test? What is mean by test? So let me tell you with simple example. So initially what we have created the Paytm application. What we have created here? We have created the Paytm application. In that Paytm application, we have created recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. So let's say one of our user is trying to access the Paytm application. Is trying to access the Paytm application. So in that Paytm application, that too is trying to access the bank transaction. What is trying to access here? Bank transaction. Let's say he know, right, how much amount was there in his bank account. Ultimately he know. Let's say he is having totally 10,000 rupees. How much was? 10,000 rupees. When he is trying to access our Paytm application, that to bank transaction, it is showing only 1,000 rupees. It is showing only 1,000 rupees. So this is going to be the bug, right? This is going to be the error, right? So this type of bugs, this type of errors has been resolved in the testing part. Has been resolved in the testing part. But who will do testing? Ultimately, we are having the QA team. Who will do test here? QA team. Nothing but quality and analysis. So testers will do test here. So clear for all of you about the test? So that's great. Now, after test, what we are having here? We are having the deploy. What we are having, sir? We are having the deploy. Now, what is meant by deploy? What is meant by deploy? So see here, whatever the 100% test cases passed code, whatever the 100% test cases passed code, placing those code over the server, placing those code over the server are nothing but deployment. What we are going to call deployment, nothing but deploy, guys. So I'm repeating again, this number is very important. So whatever the 100% test cases passed code, placing those code over the server are nothing but a deployment, nothing but deploy. So clear for all of you about the deploy here? So just try to confirm in chat box. So I'm getting very few responses here. So someone is directly messaging. So someone, oh, great. So after deploy, what we are having here? We are having the operate. What we are having, sir, here? We are having the operate. Now, what is meant by operate? Let's say this is my server. This is my server. So in my server, I am having the Paytm application. What we are having here? We are having the Paytm application. So once we have deployed our Paytm application over the server, users are trying to access it or not. So ultimately, users are trying to access it. Let's say my server capacity is about 100 members. What was the server capacity here? 100 members. But users are accessing my application from the server is about 100 plus members. My server capacity is about 100, but the users are accessing my application from the server is about 100 plus members. So ultimately, at certain point of time, my server is going to be down or not. My server capacity 100, but the users are accessing 100 plus members. So ultimately, at certain point of time, my server is going to be down. So here, making the availability of 24/7, my server, as well as 24/7, my application are nothing but operate. Are nothing but operate. So clear for all of you about the operate here? So that's great. Next. So after operate, what we are having here? We are having the monitor. What we are having here? We are having the monitor. Now, what is meant by monitoring? Again, the same example. Let's say my server capacity. My server capacity is about 100 members, right? So, users are trying to access my application from the server. So once the users are accessing my application from the server, automatically the server's utilizations, nothing but CPU as well as RAM, is going to be increased or not. Ultimately, my CPU as well as RAM, it is going to be increased. So let's say at certain point of time, it crosses the threshold value. It crosses the mount value. Again, my server is going to be down. When the CPU as well as RAM is increasing, our server is going to be down. So here monitoring the CPU as well as RAM utilizations are nothing but monitor. So monitoring the CPU as well as RAM utilizations are nothing but monitor. So clear for all of you about the monitor here? Yes. So totally we have done with the 7 steps. So just try to check it out here. So from the 7 points, anybody has any doubts? We have done with the plan, code, build as well as test and also deploy, operate and then monitor. So totally we have done with the 7 points. So anybody has any doubts? So what about the others? So that's great. So now my question is, let's say development team has done their part. Operational team is doing their job well. Where is the DevOps involvement? Where is the DevOps involvement? Anybody has any idea? So guys, this session is going to be the interactive session. Not only this session, throughout the course, our session is going to be the interactive only. So whether it is right or wrong, you can answer. No problem. Where is the DevOps involved? Okay. I have deploying the application to the server. Great. So let me tell you, once our application has been deployed on the server, once our application has been deployed on the server, my application has been failed. What happened here? Once our application has been deployed in the server, our application has been failed. So once the application has been failed in the server, there will be a lot of confusion between development team as well as operational team. So ultimately, there will be a lot of confusion between development team as well as operational team. Now, what was the confusion here? So see here, once our application has been failed in the server, operational team will say to the development team, what they will say, our application has been failed in the server, our application contains bugs, our application contains errors. So these type of reasons, operational team will say to the development team. But development team, what they will say, whatever the 100% test cases passed code, whatever the 100% test cases passed code we have given to you, you haven't performed operational well. So that's the reason our application has been killed. So what was the confusion here? So clear for all of you. So once our application has been failed in the server, there will be a lot of confusion between development team as well as operational team. What was the confusion here? Development operational team will say to the development team, what they will say? Our application has been failed in the server. Our application contains bugs. Our application contains errors. So this type of reasons Operational team will sit with the development team. But development team, what they will say, whatever the 100% test cases passed code we have given to you, you haven't performed operational well. So that's the reason our application has been failed. So to avoid this confusion, to break this confusion, we are having the DevOps team. What we are having here? We are having the DevOps team. So as you can see here in the DevOps, the first three letters represent dev, nothing but a development team. So the last three letters represent ops, nothing but operational team. So together called DevOps. The first three letters represent dev, nothing but the development team. So the last three letters represent ops, nothing but operational team. So together called DevOps. So basically, guys, development team is the separated one. Operational team is the separated one. So to integrate these both the teams, we are having the DevOps. So these guys know that where was application failed. So in upcoming sessions, so we are going to discuss about the point. So just try to go. Next. So clear for all of you how DevOps was come. So that's great. After this, what we are having? We are having the DevOps lifecycle. What we are having here? We are having the DevOps lifecycle. So the DevOps logo represents one symbol. Anybody has any idea? The DevOps logo represents one symbol. Anybody has any idea? Infinity. That's great. Now my question is, what is meant by infinity? What is meant by infinity?
A number of times, countless.
Countless. So in simple way, we can say like never-ending process, right? It's going to be the never-ending process. In the same manner, for the DevOps also, we are having the never-ending process. We are having the never-ending process. Let me tell you why DevOps has never-ending process. Let's say initially what we have created, sir, we have created the Paytm application, right or not? What we have created? We have created the Paytm application. So in that Paytm application, what we have created? Recharge, bank transactions, movie tickets, train tickets, as well as bus tickets. So let's say this is going to be the version 1 of Paytm. This is going to be the version 1 of Paytm. So to create the Paytm application version 1, what I have done? I have done the plan, I have done the code, build, as well as test. And also deploy, operate, and then monitor we have done. Right or not? So there will be another phase called release. As of now, you can ignore this one. So I will tell at the end. So to create my Paytm application version 1, what I have done, sir? I have done the plan, code, build, as well as test. And also we have done deploy, operate, and then monitor we have done. Let's say after 1 year, the Paytm owner has come up with a new idea. What he is saying means my Paytm application is booming in the world. I want to upgrade from Paytm application version 1 to Paytm application version 2. Sorry. So I want to upgrade from Paytm application version 1 to Paytm application version 2. So when you are upgrading from old version to the new version, ultimately we need to implement new features. Let's say in version 1 totally I am having 5 services. So in version 2 totally I am having 7 services. 5 old, 2 new. So to create two new features, again what I need to do here? I need to do the plan, I need to do the code, build, as well as test. Let's say two new features are nothing but this time DTH as well as metro tickets. I'm going to create. So to create two new features, again, what I need to do? I need to do the plan, code, build, as well as test. And also we need to do deploy, operate, and then monitor. So clear for all of you? Again, I am going to upgrade from Paytm version 2 to version 3. In version 3, totally I am having 10 services. Old 7, 3 new. Again, to create 3 new features, what I need to do? I need to do the plan, code, build, as well as test. And also deploy, operate, as well as monitor we need to do. So as we can see here, when the versions are increasing, this loop is repeating or not? When the versions are increasing, this loop is repeating. So that's the reason DevOps has never-ending process. So not only for the Paytm applications, guys, as we are using the number of applications. So we are using the Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, PhonePe, Google Pay. So even ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Copilot, all of the AIs, right? So these AIs are also handled by the DevOps team. Without DevOps, there is no even single application in the market. Without DevOps, there is no even single application in the market. So here we can get to know that importance of DevOps. So just try to imagine without WhatsApp, do we can able to survive in the market? Without phone pay, do we can able to survive in the market? No, right? So here we can get to know that importance of DevOps. So clear for all of you? That's great. So then next, after this, what we are having here? We are having the before DevOps. What we are having? Before DevOps. So actually DevOps was come in the year of 2009. In which year? 2009. So before 2009, if you want to create any application or if you want to create any software, what type of methodologies they are going to use? Means so ultimately we are having the waterfall methodology. What we are having here? We are having the waterfall methodology. So as we are moving from waterfall model to the DevOps, we are moving from waterfall methodology to the DevOps methodology. So ultimately we are having drawbacks or not. So ultimately we are having some drawbacks here. So before going to discuss about the drawbacks, let me give you a scenario here. So see, let's say this is me. This is me. I'm at waterfalls. I'm at a waterfall. Let's say my water was started at here. My water was started at here. So after some time, my water was at here. After some time, my water was at here. Now my question is, did my water will go up again? Did my water will go up? So no, right? That's great. So in the same manner, this is the waterfall model workflow. This is the waterfall model workflow. Let's say if you have failed in the verification part, if you have failed in the verification part, you can't go back to the implementation phase. You can't go back to the implementation phase. Or else, if you have failed in the implementation phase, you can't go back to the designing part. So ultimately, we can't go back to the previous step. Ultimately, we can't go back to the previous step. And also, let's say to come to the verification part, it has been taken 2 years of time. So ultimately, we have wasted our time or not? We have wasted our time here. And also, for these 2 years of time, I need to provide the salaries for the developers. I need to provide the salaries for the developers. So ultimately, we have loosened our money here. Ultimately, we have loosened our money. So clear for all of you about the drawbacks that are present in waterfall model. We can't go back to the previous step. So here time was waste as well as money is also waste. So what are the drawbacks that are present in waterfall model has been resolved in the SL methodology. In which methodology it was resolved? SL methodology. Now, what is meant by SL methodology? So see here, this is my Paytm application. In that Paytm application, I am having the 15 services. Let us try to split 5, 5, and then 5. So dividing the larger application into the parts, dividing the larger application into the parts, and releasing them as a sprint. Releasing them as a sprint are nothing but agile methodology. Are nothing but agile methodology. So dividing the larger application into the parts, and releasing them as a sprint are nothing but agile methodology. Now my question is, what is meant by sprint here? Sprint is nothing but a timeline. What is meant by sprint here? Sprint is nothing but a timeline. Let's say if you have failed in the test part, you can go back to the build phase. Or else, if you have failed in the build phase, you can go back to the designing part. So ultimately, in the agile methodology, if you have failed in the step, you can go back to the previous step. So once you are moving to the previous step, ultimately we can save our time or not. Ultimately, we can save our money as well or not. So what are the drawbacks that are present in waterfall model has been overcome in the agile method. So nowadays, most of the companies are also using the agile methodology. So if you want to implement the agile methodology, you need to learn the DevOps tools. So as I am a Azure DevOps engineer, so in my project, we are using the agile methodology. We are using the agile methodology. Okay. So clear for all of you? So that's great. So after this, what we are having here, we are having the DevOps history. What we are having? We are having the DevOps history. So DevOps was oriented in the year of 2008. But what I have said? I have said that 2009, right? So actually DevOps was come in the year of 2009 only. So just was orientation happened in the year of 2008. So originally it was a discussion between two people. Who are they? Patrick DBS as well as Hendrik Clay. Patrick DBS as well as Hendrik Clay. In the year of 2009, they held a summit at Belgium. It was a summit here. What if DevOps comes into the market? That was the summit happened in the year of 2009 at Belgium. So after this summit, DevOps has introduced. In the year of 2014, the annual state DevOps report was published. The annual state of DevOps report was published. So in that report, they are going to say like this. So DevOps is booming in the world. So it is going to be very huge demand in upcoming future. Next, if DevOps had a birth certificate, then the father would be Patrick DBS. And the father would be Patrick DeBase. So ultimately, he is the inventor of DevOps. He is the inventor of DevOps. So clear for all of you about the history. That's great. Next, tools used in the DevOps. So this slide is going to be very important, guys. So see here, this is my development team. This is my operational team, right? So in the development team, so this is my development team. So this is my operational team. So in the development team, so the first one is about the plan, right? So for the planning purpose, we are not going to use any tool. We are not going to learn any tool. So why means, so actually it was a just discussion, right? What type of application you are going to create, what type of services we are going to be implement, what type of technology we are going to use, how many developers we are going to be implement. This is all about the plan, right? For the planning purpose, there is no tool and we are not going to learn any tool. So after plan, what we are having here? We are having the code. What we are having? We are having the code. At the end, who will write the code? Ultimately, development team will write the code, right or not? So after writing the code, we need to save that code. We need to save that code and also we need to track that code, right or not? So to save our code, to track our code, we are going to learn the Git. What we are going to learn here? We are going to learn the Git. So for the Git alternate tools, we are having the Subversion as well as Zero. So nowadays no one using the Subversion as well as Jira. All are using the Git. So in our course, we are going to learn the Git and also GitHub as well as Azure repos. We are going to learn. Clear for all of you?
GitHub and Azure.
Azure repos.
Okay.
So then next. After code, what we are having here? We are having the build. So to build our code, we are going to learn the Maven. What we are going to learn here? We are going to learn the Maven. So for the Maven alternate tools, we are having the and Gradle. So nowadays no one is using the and as well as Gradle. All are using the Maven. So remember guys, so whatever the in-demand tools and also whatever the current market was using the tools, we need to learn the tools, right? So that's the reason we are going to learn the Maven. Next, after build, what we are having? We are having the test. But at the end, who will do test? Testers, right? So what type of tools they are going to use means so Selenium, JUnit. So as we are a DevOps engineers, so we are not going to learn any testing tools. It's completely handled by the testers. Next, after test, what we are having here? We are having the deploy. What we are having here? We are having the deploy. Now, to deploy our code, we are having the number of tools. We are having the Docker, Vagrant, Puppet, Chef, Stack, as well as Ansible. But what we are going to learn in our course, we are going to learn the Docker as well as Ansible. So Vagrant, Puppet, Chef, Stack, these all are the old one guys. So nowadays no one is using. All are using the Docker as well as Ansible. Next, after deploy, what we are having here? We are having the operate. What we are having? We are having the operate. So to operate our application, again we are having the Docker as well as answer. And also, whatever the tool I am telling, it was very important tool. So without this tool, he's not a DevOps engineer. Nothing but Kubernetes. So for the operation purpose, we are going to learn the Kubernetes. So it was very in-depth. So for the Docker as well as Kubernetes, guys, so we are going to spend around 25 days to 30 days. So we are going to learn very in-depth in the Docker as well as Kubernetes. Next, after operate, what we are having? We are having the monitor. What we are having here? We are having the monitor. So to monitor our application, to monitor our infrastructure, we are going to learn Prometheus and Grafana. So ELK, Splunk, Nagios, these all are the old tools, guys. So currently no one is using the Nagios, Splunk, ELK. All are using the Prometheus and Grafana. So in our course, we are going to learn the Prometheus as well as Grafana. So if time permits, I am going to deliver the ELK, Splunk, Nagios. So these all are the small tools. I am going to deliver that one. No issue. So clear for all of you up to now?
Jenkins also, right?
Yeah. Next one is about the Jenkins. So to integrate this all the stages, to integrate this all the stages, we are going to learn the Jenkins. What we are going to learn here? We are going to learn the Jenkins. Let's say if you are AWS DevOps engineer, you are AWS DevOps engineer, you are going to work with Jenkins. Or else, if you are Azure DevOps engineer, you are going to work with Azure CI/CD pipelines. So in the Jenkins also we are going to write the pipelines, but in the Azure the naming is like this: Azure CI/CD pipelines. Both are pipelines only. And also we are having some other tools as well. So we are having the Terraform. Also we are having the artifacts like SonarQube, Nexus, Tomcat. So we are going to learn all this. And also apart from these tools, we are going to learn the Linux as well. So without Linux, we can't learn the DevOps. It's like base for the DevOps engineer. So clear for all of you what type of tools we are having and what we are going to learn in our course. Clear for all of you?
Any coding or scripting language?
Yeah, so we are going to learn the Bash. Bash scripting. So guys, that's it from mine for today. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగొచ్చండి అబౌట్ ద కోర్స్ కంటెంట్ ఆర్ course duration, career related, any queries you can ask.
Are we learning all this in AWS or in Azure or virtual machine?
The virtual machine itself. So actually, first we are going to learn the DevOps. So to learn the DevOps, I need one server. So either it is going to be the AWS or in the Azure, anything is fine. Platform maybe anything. We are going to learn the DevOps first. Later we are going to deal with the cloud.
Okay, but the performance daily we are doing, it will be in AWS or Azure server, right?
Yeah, both the servers we are going to discuss. In
Not
the both
in
the
not in virtual cloud.
virtual cloud in the sense nothing but the server, right?
Yes, but downloading Ubuntu and all that that's we are not doing, right?
No. We are not going to download any. So it's completely on the cloud.
Okay. So with this help of this course which you are teaching us, can we go to the market with 4 or 4 plus years of experience?
Yes, simply we can put 5 years of experience.
Okay.
So recently, one of my student was got placed with 6 plus years of experience. So any alternative doubts?
Will it take 3 months?
Yes, it is going to be take 3 months.
Okay. Is there any slide that showing what are we learning in AWS or Azure? Which topics we are dealing with?
Yeah, actually, I have shared the syllabus with the admin team, so they are going to share with you tomorrow about.
Okay. 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 That helps us.
So what about the others? So I'm getting some says. So I note the duration of this course. So it's going to be 3 months. In the practical. So actually, classes are going to start within 3 days itself. So day one was that done. So tomorrow as well as day after tomorrow was the demo sessions only. So after this, we are going to start the live sessions.
Will there any mock interviews or tests in between?
Yes, we are having the test as well as mock interview. So let me show it for you. So second, let me stop the recording here.